Blood of My Blood fans, the teaser is out, the Outlander series finale is almost here, and Season 2 is officially coming in fall 2026. And honestly, I think we are completely sleeping on what's about to happen. Because while everyone is talking about Henry and Julia at the Stones, there is a storyline that I think is going to change everything, and barely anyone is discussing it. So today, let's go deeper. Let's talk about what the teaser is actually telling us, what Ellen's voiceover really means, what the Jacobite rising is going to cost Brian and Ellen, and the one wild theory about William that I cannot get out of my head. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, the teaser. Stars dropped it right before the Outlander finale, and it is only 40 seconds long, but it is packed. We get two images that are really interesting. Julia and Henry are shown at the Stones, but here's the thing. We don't know what time they're in. Are they still in the 18th century? Did they make it through? Did they come back? The show is deliberately keeping that a mystery. And I think that's intentional because the answer to that question is going to be the spine of the entire season. But the moment that really got me, and I mean really got me, is Ellen's voiceover. She says, "You will come back to me." And she's standing alone on a Scottish hilltop. Alone. Which tells us one massive thing. Brian is gone. He is left for the Jacobite rising, just like we feared at the end of Season 1. And now Ellen is waiting, the same way Claire spent so much of her life waiting for Jamie. The parallels in this show are not accidents, people. They are the whole point. Now, Brian going to war opens up a huge question. We saw in the teaser that Dougal and Brian are going into battle together, which means the Mackenzies may have finally forgiven Brian and Ellen. That is a game changer because it means they might no longer be fugitives. But here's where it gets complicated. Brian killed Malcolm Grant, and Isaac Grant is not going to just let that go. So on one side, Brian is fighting a war. On the other side, the Grants are coming for him. Ellen is essentially alone at Lallybroch, unprotected, with enemies on multiple fronts. That is not just drama. That is a pressure cooker. And this brings me to what I think is the most underrated theory going into Season 2, Ellen's pregnancy. If she is carrying Jamie during the season, or even Jenny, then everything changes. Because now Brian isn't just choosing between war and Ellen. He's choosing between war and his unborn child. That is an impossible choice, and it's exactly the kind of emotional weight this show knows how to carry. And if Ellen does give birth while Brian is away, we could be watching the origin of the Fraser family legacy play out in real time.
Just think about that.
Now, let's talk about Julia and Henry, because I have a theory that I think a lot of people are going to disagree with, and that's exactly why I want to talk about it. We know Henry doesn't fully understand how the stones work. His gemstones fell out during his first trip. He has no control over where he ends up. So what if, when they go through the stones at the end of Season 1, they don't land in Henry's own time? What if they don't even land together? Here's what I think could happen. Julia gets pulled back, maybe captured before she fully makes it through, and Henry ends up alone, in a time he doesn't recognize. Not World War I. Not the 1700s. Something else entirely. And the show uses that to finally create a direct, on-screen connection to the world of Claire and Jamie. Not just through backstory. An actual meeting. An actual moment where the Outlander universe and Blood of My Blood share the same screen. That is the season-defining scene this show has been building toward since Episode 1. And then there's William. We still don't fully know who William really is or where he belongs in the story. There's a very real possibility that William is Henry and Julia's child, left behind in the 18th century, raised by Brian and Ellen as one of their own. Which would mean Jamie Fraser grew up alongside the child of a time traveler, without ever knowing it. I can't stop thinking about how that rewrites everything we thought we knew about that family. So here's where we land. Season 2 is shaping up to be the most emotionally complex chapter of this entire universe. Brian goes to war. Ellen waits alone. Henry and Julia may be separated across time. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, the world of Outlander and the world of Blood of My Blood are going to collide in a way that we have been waiting for since Season 1, Episode 1. Fall 2026 cannot come fast enough. Now it's your turn. Do you think Henry and Julia make it through the stones together? Or do they get separated? Is Ellen pregnant with Jamie or Jenny? And do you think William is actually Henry and Julia's son? Drop everything in the comments. I read every single one. And while you wait for season 2, check out the video on screen. You're going to want to see it.